Hi dears, welcome to my channel. Today we are discussing 6th standard 11th lesson, that is air around us. It's very easy chapter and we can learn very quickly and very easily about some important topics of the air. That is, air is transparent, air occupies volume, and then what is atmosphere and what are the gases which are present in our air. Experiments to show that air is present in soil as well as in water, and then about the uses of air and also about the air pollution. All these we are discussing in this chapter. So shall we go quickly about the air? What is air? Air is the one which is not seen by us, but we can feel the air, isn't it? We need the air for everything, including our breathing, in order to fly our kite, and also for playing and all. The air is needed for us. The moving air is called what, ma? The moving air is called wind. It can be so light like a breeze, and it can be so heavy like a storm or a tornado and all, isn't it? Now we are moving to learn about the properties of air. Air is transparent, that we know, but one thing which you have to know is air occupies space. How can you understand that air occupies space? Take a beaker which is filled with water, and then take a bottle and invert it and immerse it in the water. So what happens? Will the water enter into this bottle? Never, isn't it? But if we are tilting the bottle to a side, what happens? The water gets inside, at the same time the air bubbles are coming out. Have you seen? Which means that air is present in anything and everything. Even though it is transparent, it is found in everywhere, and the air occupies volume or air occupies space. When the air is moving out, to that space the water is getting inside in this experiment, isn't it? So this shows that air occupies volume. Okay. Then what is atmosphere? Atmosphere is the layer of air which is surrounding the earth. Is it good or bad for us? It is very good, and it is very essential for us, isn't it? It helps to protect the sun's radiations, various ultraviolet radiation and many other harmful radiations are there which is coming through from the sun as rays. This sun's radiations will be prevented by what, ma? By this atmosphere. Moreover, it also helps to regulate the temperature throughout the earth. For what? For the sustaining of life on the earth. Okay? The temperature should not be much more. If the temperature is getting more, what happens? The life on the earth will not be possible. The atmosphere maintains or regulates the temperature to maintain life on the earth. Okay, so is the atmosphere good or bad for us? It's essentially needed for us, isn't it? Next question is that what all components are present in the air? You can say definitely that oxygen is present in the air because you are inhaling oxygen, isn't it? So you can say that oxygen is present. Is the oxygen more percentage in the air? No. The oxygen is present only 21%. The maximum percentage is nitrogen. Nitrogen gas is present more in the air than oxygen. Then what are gases? We can say carbon dioxide because we are exhaling carbon dioxide out, isn't it? So it also will be present in the air, isn't it? Carbon dioxide. Then what? Water droplets as water vapor. Water vapor also is present. All these are present. How can you understand that? All these are present by small activities. It will be sure for us. In order to know that water vapor is present in the air, a small activity is there. That is, if you are taking a steel glass with ice cold water inside, and if you are keeping it for some time, after some time you can see that the outside part of this steel tumbler is filled with water, isn't it? From where that water came from? Is it from inside? No. It is from outside itself. The air contains what? Water vapor. This water vapor condenses to form water, liquid water, and it is attaching to the glass. That's why these water droplets come in the outside part of the glass. Okay. Now there is an experiment to show that oxygen is present in the air. You know one thing, oxygen is the one which helps for burning. So if the oxygen is not there, burning will not happen. It can be easily demonstrated by a small experiment. If you are taking a candle and if you are lighting it, it will burn, isn't it? For a long time, as long as candle is there, it will burn. But if you are closing that candle with a jar, after some times you can see the candle stops burning. Why is it so? The reason is, for the candle, a limited amount of air is present now because it is closed with a jar, isn't it? So it is taking oxygen from this air. But if the oxygen availability is not there, this candle will not be burning. it will stop burning. Okay, so it shows that oxygen is present in the air and to a little extent it is there. Okay, if the oxygen amount is more in the air, what happens? If anything has started burning, it will not stop, isn't it? So the oxygen is present to a little less percentage compared to that of nitrogen. Okay, consider the same candle. If it has stopped burning, now the air which is present is having more and more nitrogen. If anything is burning, the smoke will be coming out, isn't it? That smoke contains what? More and more carbon dioxide, which shows that carbon dioxide is also present in the air. Not only that, various dust particles are also present in air. How can we know it? If you are getting inside to a room which is fully closed, not even a single drop of light should come inside. In that manner, if the room is closed, and if you are allowing a small slit in the direction of the sun, what happens? Through a small slit, the sun's rays will be coming, isn't it? If you are noticing what all things are there in the air, we can see small particles gliding along with air, which shows that various dust particles are also present in air. So what all things are there in air and their composition we are going to say. Nitrogen is present in the air to 78%. Oxygen is also present in the air to 21%. Then 1%, rest 1% is having various other components like water vapor, carbon dioxide and some gases. Okay, so this is the composition of air. Now we know one thing, that is moving air is what? Wind. So the direction is wind also is very essential to know, because the direction of wind says whether the monsoon is close to us, or is the wind is trade wind, or is there any coming of tornado in that place. Everything can be detected by knowing what? The direction of the wind. What all instruments are helping for that? Weathercock. Have you heard of or have you seen weathercock? Weathercock is an instrument which is fixed at the rooftop of buildings. So what happens when the wind is blowing? It will be turning in a particular direction. That is the direction of the wind. It will be turning to the direction of the wind. So we will come to know that in which direction the wind is blowing. Not only that, in many industries and all, at the top we may have seen wind socks. It also will be moving in the direction of wind. All these tells in which direction the wind is blowing. Okay. Now we should know whether air is present in water. Air is present in the water in the dissolved manner. How will you come to know it? By doing a small activity, you will come to know. How? Pour some cold water in a pan and allow it to burn. If you are allowing it to get heated, after some times you can see that the air will be present in the form of bubbles at the base of the pan. And when it is getting heated, it is coming, these air bubbles are coming out. This shows that in cold water, the air is present in the dissolved manner. But when we are heating the water, this air or this dissolved air is moving out. Okay. Fishes, marine organisms, aquatic organisms and all breathes with this air which is dissolved, which is in the dissolved manner in water. Okay. Now we have to check whether air is present in soil. Is the air present in soil? Yes, air is present in soil. That also we can understand by doing a small activity. Take some dry soil in a vase, then add some water to it or pour some water over it. We can see that when we are pouring some water, some bubbles of air is coming out from the mud. It shows that the air is trapped by the soil itself. If we are pouring the water, the trapped air is coming out. Okay. Is there any beneficial of this trapping air in the soil? Yes, there are beneficials. Many organisms which are living in the soil respire through this trapped air. For example, earthworm. Earthworm will be living inside the soil. It also respires with the help of the air which is trapped by the soil. We have already learned that root nodules respires. How they are respiring? By the air which is trapped by the soil. Not only that, some snakes dig burrows in the soil, isn't it? They also live in the soil for a longer time and they breathe with the air which is present over there. Or what happens if the rain falls? These burrows will be filled with water. If the water is filled, is there any possibility for these organisms to respire? No. So they will come out of the soil. Okay. At the surface, they will be coming. This shows that air is present in what, ma? In soil also. Now one question arises for you. Every organism needs oxygen to respire. Then how the oxygen is maintaining now also? The oxygen have to be reduced, right? But the oxygen is maintaining in the air. How is it possible? The answer is very simple. It is possible only with the help of plants. Because we know that plants respire and at the same time plants synthesize their food by photosynthesis. In the photosynthesis, oxygen is the byproduct. You all have learned it in 3rd standard itself, isn't it? But oxygen is the byproduct, that is oxygen they will give out. Even though they are respiring, they will not take this much oxygen for respiring. So what happens? Because of the photosynthesis, oxygen will be maintained back to the atmosphere and we will take that oxygen only for our respiration, isn't it? So we can understand that plants and animals are interdependent. Animals need plants and the cow dung, manure, all these will be going back to the plants as nutrition, isn't it? So plants and animals are interdependent. Now you tell me, what happens if you are cutting trees for a large extent? The photosynthesis process will not happen. So what happens? The oxygen level in the air will be reduced. Thus, our life will be as a question mark, isn't it? So we will not get oxygen for our respiration. Like we are buying drinking water, we have to buy oxygen for our sustaining. So we should not cut trees because it will be helpful for us to live. Okay. Is there any uses for the air? Yes, air helps for various purposes. With the help of air, the yachts are sailing in seas. With the help of air, the aeroplanes, helicopters are flying above. With the help of air, windmills are rotating, and also with the help of air, electricity is generated. Okay, so the air is having that much uses. But what we are doing to the air? We are making the air polluted. The carbon monoxide gases are emitted by the vehicles and makes the air polluted. From factories, much more smokes we are emitting and making the air polluted. By burning this and that, what happens? The air gets polluted. Carbon dioxide gets more and more in the air. So these are harmful for the atmosphere and in turn these are harmful for our life sustainment. So what we have to do? We should not pollute the air. We should make the air clean by making the earth green. Okay. With that, I am winding the class. Now it's question time. Question number 1. Dash gas supports burning. Is it nitrogen or oxygen or carbon dioxide? Second one. Envelope that surrounds the earth is dash. Envelope of air that surrounds the earth is dash is the question. Third one. Dash helps to tells us the direction of wind. Dash helps to tell us the direction of wind. I think these questions are very easy for you to answer. Answer in the comment box and we can meet in the next class. Bye.